Okay, we're on part 2 of smoked knuckles with peas and rice. I've got them here. The knuckles are done. So I'm taking them out because I don't want them to interfere with the beans and the rice cooking. And like I said, these are huge. It's always nice to have a butcher. Instead of just going to the supermarket, because they get some beautiful cuts and they'll cut them right to the way you want them done. And I have never gotten knuckles this big at a supermarket, but having a private butcher, you do. This is why I recommend to get one. They're really, really good. Mine is Staten Island Meats, and they have not disappointed me. Now we're going to put 2 cups of kidney beans in here, and the stock of the beans is really beautiful. I'll show you. The meat is really rich because I did put the bone marrow in it. You see? And the vegetable stock. I've got all that flavor plus what just came out with the ham. So we're going to cook these beans just about to the point of doneness. They're not going to be done. They're going to be just about done because you've got to catch them like the last 12 minutes because we're going to put rice in it, the same equal amount of rice. So that'll be 2 cups of rice going to the 2 cups of beans. And that should absorb all the liquid in there. If you need extra liquid, you can always add a little bit of water at a time till it's done. But when it comes, you don't want too much fluid because if you have too much, then your beans and rice are going to be soggy. So it's a trick you have to do. This is why I'm taking the extra steps to show you how to do this. You do not have to salt this. And this is very good with hot sauce on it. And you put a salad with it and it's really good. If you have any knuckles or anything left, you can take the meat off and put it with the peas and rice. We never do because we each have a knuckle. We're going to eat the whole thing. But what we like to do is the next day, any peas and rice that I have left over, I'm going to sit there and literally serve it. You can serve it with chicken, you can serve it with a meatloaf, you can serve it with whatever you want, but you have that extra protein and nutrients. Now, if there's too much water left, I'm going to have to add more than 2 cups of rice. Sometimes you might have to add 3 cups to make sure that you cover for that water. Right now, we're just cooking these beans. The fresher your beans are, the faster they're going to cook. So it's always wise to have your rice ahead of time ready. Now, I would not use white rice on this, and I dang well will not use brown rice. I've messed it up with brown rice. That's why I'm telling you, don't use brown rice. But I will use parboiled rice. Now, from what I can gather about parboiled rice, and I'm only saying what I can gather from the way it's made, is parboil is they are taking the husk off and everything, and what they do, some sort of steam or pressure where they push not all the nutrients in, but they push as much as they can into the white, and that's why the rice is not white. Okay, now that's the simplest way I can describe how they do it. I'm not sure how they do it, but in some way they manage to push nutrients into this, but I don't know if all the nutrients are here, so this is why I make sure I always cover with bone broth, vegetable stock, meat stock, whatever kind of stock I have. I just want to make sure that I cover it because I'm not sure that this is balanced, but I know there are nutrients in it. So when you eat white rice, you're eating carbohydrates. When you eat white bread, you're eating carbohydrates. If you peel your potatoes, you're eating carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are a sugar. It's a low sugar, and the fact they call it a low sugar, and the fact that if you take granulated sugar, honey, corn syrup, those candies that sugar gets into your body very fast, within minutes. But carbohydrates are slow to break down. They get into your body, and they keep you from getting hungry. That's the whole secret of carbohydrates. So if you don't want to get hungry after you eat, if you have a carbohydrate and not the fast-acting sugar, but the slow one like this, you'll notice it takes longer to get into the body, but it will sit there and prevent you from getting hungry for a long period. So if you have coffee in the morning or tea and you have sugar in it, that's your quick get you going. And then if you have a piece of toast or something like that, or a roll or a biscuit or cereal, it'll keep you going for the rest of the day till it's time to eat again. Now, because of my water level there, I put in 3 cups of rice here. I noticed my water level was a little high. I don't think the beans are going to cook it all down, so I am going to be adding 3 cups of rice to mine. But this is basically what it is: the knuckles, the beans, and this. Wait a minute. What? Did you get in my sleep? Oh. Anyway, that's it. So the beans are just about done. They're not done. Remember, they cannot be done, but they're just about done. That's when you add the rice. You shouldn't have to add any more water. If you do, wait till it runs out, and then taste your rice and your beans. And then if you need, like we make rice, you just add a little bit of water at a time. That's how you do it. I'll also show you another way where you can just take the measurements equal, put them together, and it'll come out perfect every time. Right now we're doing it like this. Okay, we're going to taste them. They've been cooking for a while. All right, they're crunchy, but they're breaking apart. So you can add the rice here. By the time the rice is done, they should be done. You don't have to add any salt or anything to this. You're just going to put the lid on and let it continue cooking. You're going to keep on checking your peas, and you're going to keep on checking your rice until done. If you run out of liquid, you add a little bit, let it absorb that, taste it, see if it needs more. This is how you have to adjust this kind of dish. You can't sit there and a lot of people will sit there and cook a pot of rice, open a can of beans, strain and rinse the beans, and throw it in and say, I made peas and rice. Well, they can call that peas and rice, but that's not what I call it. I call it something else. But anyway, this is how you make this dish. It's a very simple dish, but it's a very good dish in the fact that it is so versatile. I have served it with kingfish. I have served it with fried chicken. I have served it with cube steaks, chicken cutlets, you name it. I've served it, even pork chops, and I've served it on the side. If I make a curry, I can put it over the peas and rice, even with the meat that's in the flavor and all. No problem. You can serve it over peas and rice. The thing is that once this dish is made and you have leftover peas and rice, because everybody usually eats the knuckle, you can go almost anywhere in any direction with that. Okay, I will show you. We'll taste it at the end when it's done, and then that'll be it. Okay, I got the beans and the rice done, and now what I'm drying on a low flame, I've got the lid off. I'm going to finish drying it up some, and then it will be done. Now the beans are not soggy, and the rice is not soggy. With all the nutrients that we put in there, we have made a very nutritious meal. So it's almost done, and I'll be showing you the end product. Okay, and here it is. That's a very big dish. Now the only thing I'm going to serve with this, matter of fact, I'll turn you down so you can see the top, from the top down. As you can see, it's a very large dish. The only thing I ever serve with this is a salad. You can put a green salad. You can sit there and put greens with cucumbers, tomatoes, onions if you wish, or you could put seeds in it, or you could sit there and add dried fruit to it with the vegetables and the greens and well, you can just do anything. And you can make any kind of dressing that you want. I might, because this is pork, dill goes very well with it. So I think I'll make a dill vinaigrette. And that should just cover it just nice, because pork and dill go very good together. So that's why I'm going to do it. But each knuckle will be for one person, and then the peas and rice. And what's ever left, like I said, is very versatile. Like I sat there and I did, what did I make? Oh, my giblet gravy I had left over. I didn't tell you what I did with it. What I did was I fried up calf's liver steaks. I made sour cream biscuits, and I heated the giblet gravy up. I'm having to think. And we had eggs with it and a salad. I heated that giblet gravy up, and we poured it over the biscuits. My sons love that whole meal. So there was no waste on the giblet gravy either. So you can see where all the protein is and everything else. When you think like this, you do much better in your cooking, and your family is much better. But anyway, listen, stay warm. We've had some cold days. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.